everyone, thanks for clicking on my video. Welcome to my virtual curriculum night. I wish we could be together in person, but due to COVID-19, we're having to make other arrangements. Anyway, I got a chance to meet some of you on Meet the Teacher Night, but not everyone. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm married to Thomas, and together we have 3 children, 3 boys, and all of them went to St. Joseph School, and it's been a huge blessing in our lives. Not only did they have a great faith foundation, but also a great academic foundation. This is my 17th year teaching, my 15th year at St. Joe's. Over the years, I've taught pre-K, kindergarten, 1st grade, 3rd grade, and 4th grade. And I do have to say 4th grade is my favorite. Anyway, I have a great class this year. We're enjoying getting to know one another. They are so sweet and really well behaved. So bravo to you parents. You're doing a great job with the manners and all of that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the curriculum. I wanted to go over a few key points that will hopefully answer any questions that you may have and give you some information on how you can best help your kids at home to be really successful at school. I'm sure many of you have seen the planners coming home. I do ask the kids to write down in their agendas or their planners every day, and so they will be writing down all of their assignments, circling anything that is coming up due, like a homework assignment or a test and so forth. This is a new skill for many of these kids, so I do ask that parents look at the agendas with your children each night and initial it each night. So on Friday, I will be checking planners and making sure that they have been completed every day throughout the week, and that parents have signed this. And this is my way of knowing that you guys know what's going on at school. Also, Ms. Creer and I do a Monday letter, and that Monday letter comes out to you via RenWeb. And in the letter, we try to keep it really brief and to the point so you can stay abreast of what's going on for the coming up week. Let's talk about our reading curriculum. As you know, the kids are required to complete reading logs, and they're required to complete 100 minutes per week. They can do this at home on their own time. They could do 20 minutes per day, 5 days a week, whenever you could squeeze it in. I send home new reading logs every quarter, and this is for a grade. So a couple of weeks ago, I sent home the new log for this quarter along with the grading scale for that. And I think the kids are getting used to completing that. They can read anything they would like. It could be their AR book, it could be any of their textbooks, it could be a newspaper, if you can find one of those around. Anything that they would like to read, just make sure that they are reading, they're recording what they've read, and that you are initialing it and encouraging them to send that back in on Friday. These are due every Friday. As far as our reading curriculum goes, we work from literature books, and sometimes we do whole group instruction, and other times we do small group instruction. This year it's going to be a little tricky with the small group instruction due to restrictions with COVID-19. So we're still working around that. Right now, I'm sure your kids have told you that we're doing a whole group novel study on Winn-Dixie, and that's been a lot of fun. When we finish that, we'll go on to other things and have a lot of great readers. So it's really fun watching them learn and grow and enjoy the literature that we're doing in class. In addition to that, we also have a reading program that's called Accelerated Reader. In today's folder, I sent home some information about that and how your child can log on at home and take quizzes on books that they have read. Just recently, your child took what's called a STAR reading assessment, and it's basically just a computerized reading test that helps me to see how well they're reading and understanding what they have read, and so it helps me gauge their comprehension levels And from the results of that test, I will be setting AR goals for them. And so each child will work together with me to set a goal that they're comfortable with for the quarter, and they're required to meet those goals. So we just tested last week. I will be sending home those STAR reports in the next day or so, and then we will get everyone set up with their AR user ID and password. And so I'll be sending home some further instructions on that and make sure that all the kids know how to log on. All right, let's talk a little bit about our math. Our main math program is Saxon Math, and so all the students that were here last year are pretty familiar with that program. But in 4th grade, it changes just a bit, because rather than having pullouts or handout sheets, we do have a textbook along with a workbook. So each day we have a new lesson, of course, and so the workbook is something that's very different from the structure of how Saxon was taught last year. So we spend a lot of time working on fact practice and word problems, and kind of dissecting the word problems in order to find out what is the key information, what are they looking for, learning how to read those problems, write them down, and then of course come up with strategies for solving the problems and then checking the work. So that's a big part of every day's lesson. And then we tackle the new concept and do some lesson practice, and then I assign the homework. So I know that you've seen the homework box sheets coming home, and each day that we have a new lesson, there are 30 questions, so it's a front and back sheet. The kids have been doing a great job getting that done. Oftentimes we have just a little bit of time in class to get started on the homework, and so I do encourage the kids to do that in class as they are able to try to alleviate some of the heavy that comes home, in the evening. You can expect homework in math every night, except for days that we have a test or when we have Alex Math. And I'll tell you a little bit about Alex Math. Alex Math is a supplemental program that we use that's a computer-based program. And each Monday, rather than working in our Saxon books, we work on Alex Math. And it basically just runs the gamut of all types of math topics that the children need to know in 4th grade. So not only do they have fact practice in adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, but all other math concepts as well. So that is our instructional period on every Monday. So on Mondays we won't have math homework, but the kids are required to complete 10 topics in their Alex program on a weekly basis. And this is for a grade. Mrs. Career and I will be sending out further information about Alex once we get that started. We're really happy that we have a brand new set of Chromebooks that we'll be using in 4th grade that we'll be sharing between the two of us. And anyway, we have ordered and have received some keyboard covers and headsets, so each child will have their own, and that's going to be protective gear to keep them safe and everything from any kind of disease spread or what have you. Let's talk a little bit about our spelling program. With our spelling program, I assign 20 words each week, and those are coming home in the spelling list. And whatever the pattern or skill is, we work on that, all through the week, and of course test on Friday. When we do have the spelling test, it doesn't come directly from the list that I have given you. So I will give the children a list of 20 words, and out of those 20 words, only 10 words are for sure going to be on the test. The other 10 words on the test will come from daily homework, your daily word sorts, and the story of the week. And so there's 10 given words, 10 surprise words. So far the kids have been very comfortable with that, and I think they're getting the hang of it. We do have spelling homework 3 nights a week. I'm pretty flexible on when they get the homework turned in. I like it to be turned in the next day, but as long as they have their homework into me by Thursday, they're good to go. If I don't have their homework by Thursday, then I'll have to, get them to complete it in class or possibly at recess, because the whole point is I want them to be well prepared for the test on Friday. Obviously, we work with grammar and science and social studies. Our science and social studies is typically our last period of the day, and we begin the year with science, and we work on science for the first quarter, and then we go into social studies, which we'll do second and third quarter, and then we end our school year back at science. The reason that we do the split like this is so that we can give a lot of attention to both subjects, and that they would be well prepared when we get ready to test at the end of the school year or in the spring of the school year. And probably the main thing that the kids will learn a lot about this year in social studies is the 50 states and the geographical regions of the U.S. It's really a fun thing to teach, and I'm super excited that we also have an election this year. And without getting political, I just want to teach the process, so that will be lots of fun too. Let's see what else I need to discuss. I guess in addition to all of those subjects I outlined, we obviously teach religion and go to Mass. We have a handwriting program that we've just ordered that goes along with our religion curriculum, and I'm excited to introduce cursive handwriting to a lot of the kids that have not had that. So that's exciting. We have not received those books yet, but as soon as we do, that'll be something that we're working on in class. As far as the religion goes, typically we do about a chapter every maybe 10 days or 2 weeks. We're going through our religion book a little bit faster than we have in the past because we're not going to Mass every Tuesday and Friday. And so we have, more time in class for instruction. We have gone to Mass just once, last Friday, and we will go every other Friday. I was very pleased with our behavior in Mass and how reverent we were. I don't know if most of you know, but we have 5 new kids in our class, and Miss Creer has 6 new kids. So 11 new families is pretty great. We're so excited to be working with not only the new children that have joined us at St. Joe's, but of course all of the returning students as well. The other thing that I'd like to discuss with you is grades. Typically, I do send the Monday folder, well, I call it the Monday folder, but the blue folder home on a daily basis. That is my best way to get papers and everything returned to you. The children will need to go through their Monday folders, and if you could do that with them and kind of go over some of their returned work and make sure that they understand, that's always very helpful. Typically, their folder is a little more complete on Monday. I do a lot of my grading over the weekends, so on Monday you're going to have a pretty full folder, and throughout the other days of the week it may just be a page or 2 here and there. But check those blue folders on a daily basis for your child's graded work or any kind of communication from the office and things like that. As far as the grades go, grades are loaded into our FACS program, and as I grade things, I load those in either on a daily or a weekly basis, and grades are emailed to you, like an updated grade, I guess, report is emailed to you every Monday evening. So if you notice that your child's grade may have dropped from one Monday to another, you can get onto the FACS website and have a look and just see, did your child do poorly on a certain assignment, or are they missing an assignment or something like that. And then also just be aware of looking through that Monday folder. I just think that that's a great tool to go through their completed work. Look, praise them for things that they did really well on, stick it on the refrigerator. Anything that they did poorly on, talk to them and say, hey, do you understand how to do this? Do we need to sit down and do a little reteach, or do you need to ask your teacher for some follow-up instruction? And I'm always happy to do that. If you need to reach me through the day, of course, email is the best way. If I have breaks throughout the day, I'm usually checking my email. Sometimes things get really hectic and I may not be able to check it until the end of the day. So in the event you have, let's say your child needs to go home a different way or something of that nature, and you need to get that information to me immediately, make sure to call the office and they will page me, because there's a possibility that I might not check your email until after the children have gone home. Anyway, that's about all I have for you today. I love this class. They are a great bunch of kids. I was kind of scared to come back to school with all the masks and all the restrictions and things like that. They have just been doing a bang-up job of getting it done. I mean, they have their mask on, they're practicing social distancing. I think that everybody is just so excited to be back in school, to be with their friends, and to be learning. So I look forward to working with you and your child throughout the school year. And if you have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I think it's always best if we partner together for the best outcome for your child. Thanks again. Bye.